Alright, so one question I tend to get a lot, whether it's in my comments or in real life, is what my ethnicity is. Now, when it comes to my race, I think we can all agree that I am Asian, okay? I am Asian as fuck. But my ethnicity is a completely different story, okay? It has honestly become part of my personality. Because based off of my appearance, people look at me and they automatically assume that I'm one of the popular Asians, okay? The ones that you think of when you hear the word math. As a matter of fact, I want you all to pause this video, take a good look at me, and guess my ethnicity in the comments. Did you do it? Alright, so I'm gonna assume that most of you guys probably guessed like what? Korean, Chinese, Japanese, Taiwanese, I don't fucking know, the rest of the goddamn knees. Don't forget the bee's knees, I get that one a lot too. But spoiler alert, I am none of those, okay? I am fucking Indian. Actually, no, I take that back. I am not Indian at all, but it's basically the same thing, and let me explain. I am half Tibetan and half Nepali, okay? Now, originally, these ethnicities are from Tibet and Nepal, but they both just got fucked. Nepal has always kind of been like a shitty place to live politically and geographically, but when it comes to Tibet, China just took that bitch. And because of this, a large amount of Nepali and Tibetan people have fled to India, which is actually how my parents met. So it's like, you know, I kinda consider myself Indian, you know what I'm saying? And that is why I like to call myself a light-skinned Indian, okay? Because not only am I literally lighter than them, but my family lives there, I've lived the lifestyle, I go there like every single summer. I'm basically fucking Indian, I just don't smell like shit. Almost as if they did this on purpose, bro. Like, while I'm taking my shower in my extra ass bathroom, I can just look down upon the fucking peasants who are, like, victims of the corrupt-ass Indian economy, bro. What? Now, don't get me wrong, okay? I'm still whitewashed as fuck, but I feel like because of the topic of today's video, I had to clarify that. Because in today's video, we are talking about Indian people and the Great Shift, as they are calling it. Which is why I felt like I had to give you guys that background information, okay? Because I am with the shits, okay? I am Indian. I am allowed to speak on this. I'm not just some fucking random Asian kid speaking on a trending topic trying to get views. Like, no, this is actually something that fucking bothers me. So, yeah, today we're talking about the Great Shift. Let's go. Now, for those of you watching this who are actually employed and have no idea what I'm talking about, let me give you some background information real quick. Basically, there is a site on TikTok called Indian or Brown TikTok. I can't believe I'm saying this out loud. And you know, it's exactly what it fucking sounds like. It's a bunch of Indian people making TikToks about being Indian. And basically, a lot of people within this brown TikTok community feel as if they are discriminated on social media. Now, listen, if you're anything like me, you probably heard about this situation and thought racism. I mean, after all, we're talking about the Great Shift here. I mean, it's gotta be somewhat important. But after doing some research, it turns out that Indian people are mad because, well, they get no bitches. I am not joking either. That is what the Great Shift is all about. Basically, according to brown TikTok, Indian people have always been seen as undesirable and unattractive on social media, mainly due to the fact that Indian culture has not been portrayed a lot in Western media. And the Great Shift is supposedly gonna change all of that because Indians. Basically, the Great Shift is claiming that Indian people are now becoming the new standard of beauty. They are now being sought after, and a lot of girls want them. Don't know who the fuck came up with that. Me personally, I think hot Indians have always been hot and ugly ones have always been ugly. But either way, because the Great Shift is trending, it has resulted in a bunch of insecure Indian content creators making absolutely dog shit content. Specifically this guy right here, okay? Ace Gotchu, I think his name is. He is the biggest fucking Indian crybaby on the planet. This motherfucker has made countless videos complaining about the image of brown people on the internet. And to be fair, he does kind of have a point. Every time you look in his comments, it's just someone saying Pajit or Balqueef. But here's the thing, okay? This happens to just about every race. There's actually a very popular word for it. It's called racism, and it happens all the fucking time, which is why I don't understand the point of this type of content.
Why is it so hard for people to accept that you can be attractive and brown?
Like, okay, people on the internet think that Indian people are smelly and gross. They also think that black people steal shit and that Asian people are nerds. Like the grass is also green, motherfucker. Like, what else do you want me to say? That example was kind of extreme, but I hope you guys understand the question I'm trying to ask here. Like, why the fuck is Indian TikTok surprised that people are being racist on the internet? Have you never lived before? Like, the internet is the only place on the planet where you can say whatever the fuck you want without any consequences. So obviously, there's always gonna be comments of people hating on you regardless of what that is. It's the fucking internet. So like, unless Indian people are literally being discriminated against in real life, which they're not, the only thing that these Indian content creators are upset about is the fact that they are seen as unattractive and smelly. And don't get me wrong, okay? I totally understand why they're upset. No one wants to be portrayed as that just because because of their ethnicity. But making fucking videos about it, acknowledging it, complaining, and trying to bring awareness, like, no, dude, what the fuck are you doing? You should be secure enough in yourself to not give a shit about the stereotype people have on Indian people on the internet. Like, I understand that people are being racist to you, but everyone fucking deals with it, okay? Do you have any idea how much racism I deal with on a daily basis? Like, I just don't care, because I'm him. Like, every single day, I get DMs on Instagram saying that I should be a doctor, that I eat dog. As a matter of fact, literally yesterday, some kid DM'd me on Instagram saying that he hopes my firstborn child is a fucking miscarriage. Now listen, okay, am I Asian? Yeah. Are those messages pretty fucked up? Yeah. But am I gonna let it affect me? Fuck no! Because I am my own person, okay? I'm not a bitch who lets random faceless internet comments affect my mood. And that is basically what I'm trying to say to all these Indian TikTokers making videos complaining about, like, the perception of Indians. Like, shut the fuck up. It is not that deep. You should be confident in yourself and know that even though people on the internet might think that Indians are smelly and gross, that you yourself are not one of them. That you are not a smelly, fucking gross Indian, a Smindian. And by making all these videos about being Indian, complaining about the issue, even acknowledging the issue in general, you are giving these haters and racists exactly what they want, which is control over you. You are showing them that what they say actually matters to you. It gets you upset. It makes you so pissed off that you have to make a fucking video about it. And as a result, you are making Indian people as a whole look bad, because let's go back to the racism part. People see one Indian doing something and think all Indians are like that, which is exactly what these fucking Indians don't seem to want on social media. So it's just very, like, it's just a huge lack of self-awareness in my opinion. And this motherfucker, especially Ace Got You, bro, I've literally DM'd this kid on Instagram saying, yo, I don't want to make a video clowning you. Please fucking change your ways. The guy didn't want to be saved. So, yeah, that is my message to all the Indian people out there upset with the perception of you guys on TikTok. Like, fucking relax. It's not that deep. As long as you don't smell like shit, as long as you don't look like shit, and as long as people don't fucking be racist to you in real life because you're Indian, I think you're good. Especially when you consider the actual people who type out and write these comments. Like, people really need to understand that anyone who takes time out of their day to bring others down, especially for shit like race or their looks or gender, they are fucking losers. No one who's doing good in life will ever feel the need to do some shit like that, because they don't fucking need to. They're doing good in life. And those are the only people's opinions in life that you should actually care about, because guess what, okay? Some random kid on the internet making fun of you for being Indian, I can guarantee you he probably hates himself even more. And him making fun of Indians is his way of making himself feel better. So why the fuck do you care about what he has to say? That motherfucker is a loser. His life sucks. Take me, for example, okay? There's this one kid in my fraternity who just does not like me. But it's more than just like he doesn't like me. I live in this kid's head rent-free, okay? This kid thinks about me all the fucking time. Any chance this kid gets to undermine me, insult me, or just make fun of me, he fucking takes it, okay? Never to my face, though. This kid never says shit to my face. But despite this kid just constantly sucking my meat, I have never responded to him. Not once. And not because I'm a bitch, but because this kid has literally nothing going for him. And I'm not even trying to say that as an insult, okay? The kid just fucking sucks. Like, he's not good at anything, and he's kind of chubby too. He's always wearing shirts at fucking pool parties. And it's like, clearly the kid's self-conscious, and he's using me as a way to make himself feel better. Like, why would I respond? He's not worth my fucking time. The kid's a loser. Like, I'm literally a YouTuber. I have a great life. I make a shit ton of money. If I was that kid, I would fucking hate my life. Why would I care what he has to say about me? Honestly, I don't fucking blame him. If I was him, I'd be jealous of me too. Which goes back to my original point. There is no world where you should value the opinions of someone who you would never want to be. And all these brown TikTok influencers fail to realize that. And by making all these corny ass videos, creating trends like the Great Shift, you are giving these haters exactly what they want. And at the same time, making all Indian people look bad, because you just make them seem like a bunch of insecure people who give a fuck about what comments online have to say about them. Like, do you get what I'm trying to say? Bottom line is that every Indian content creator who makes videos complaining about being Indian is just insecure as shit, okay? He's letting all the comments get to him. He doesn't have any fucking self-representation, you know? He just listens to what people say online and fucking gets mad about it. So, yeah. And, you shouldn't do that, is my whole point. You shouldn't be doing all that bullshit. I wish that kid the best, honestly. That kid who fucking hates me, I hope that kid has success in whatever facet of life he chooses. Probably won't, he's a fucking loser, but, I'm kidding, I sound like a hater. Either way, but, like, you guys get my point? It's like you should find a level of you should love yourself enough to not give a fuck what these people are saying. Just like I love myself enough to not give a fuck what this fat ass kid in my frat's saying. So, yeah. Alright, so now that we're done talking about that, it's time to talk about the actual topic of today's video, the Great Shift. Now, if I'm being totally honest, I don't think the Great Shift is a real thing. I think it's just a weird coping mechanism used by this guy and a bunch of other insecure Indian TikTokers. Because based off their videos, from what I've gathered, the Great Shift is a cultural shift in society where Indian people are now becoming the new standard of beauty. And I don't know if this is just me, but I'm just sitting here like, what, motherfucker? Who fucking decided this? A goddamn Indian? You know, me personally, I always thought the beauty standard was like tall black dudes with dreads, but I guess not. I guess it's now fucking Baljeet from Phineas and Ferb. This kind of reminds me about the time when I found out that being Asian was like trendy, especially in California. You know, me personally, I always thought that white people was where it was at, but recently I found out that hella people have Asian fetishes, men and women. And I feel like this is the same kind of effect that brown people are trying to get with the Great Shift, but it's just like forced as fuck and corny because you're trying to push it. You know, Asian fetishes became a thing because of like anime and stuff, and Asian people on social media. No Asian person was trying to be like, yo, Asian people are lit, so it's like doing that as an Indian, no, that is not the move. Alright, so there is one more person I want to talk about before we end the video, and I like to call this guy the brown TikTok final boss. His name is City Boy JJ, and just off the rip, based off his username, this guy's a fucking cornball. I really hope that it's just a nickname, because being a self-proclaimed city boy is nasty work. That's like a black dude calling himself a nonchalant dreadhead. Like, no you're not, otherwise you wouldn't be saying it. But either way, City Boy JJ is a brown TikTok influencer who takes credit for the Great Shift. And based off the photos, I guess you can see why. Dude's fucking hot. He also fucking stares into my soul in every single Instagram post. But yeah, I don't know if this guy actually did something to start the Great Shift, but I think basically he's just claiming like, yo, a bunch of my videos went viral because I'm attractive and I started the Great Shift, which is still just fucking corny, you guys know what I'm saying? Now, apparently he's Indian, but let's be honest here, dude looks fucking black, which just makes this even funnier. You know, here I am thinking that City Boy JJ is the attractive Indian. Dude doesn't even look Indian. Motherfucker looks like a goddamn... I was about to be racist. I can't make it black... Let me chill. Either way, when it comes to the Great Shift, okay, it is not real, okay? The Great Shift does not exist. Indian people are not becoming the beauty standard because a bunch of Indian TikTokers said so, okay? Attractive Indian people have always been attractive, and ugly Indian people have always been ugly. Just because a few objectively attractive Indian TikTokers have gone viral recently, it doesn't mean there's a fucking cultural shift going on. And all these Indian content creators making videos about it not only seem desperate and insecure, but they're also just fucking corny and hurting the image of Indian people on social media in general, which is what they seem to be mad about in the first place, which is why they wanted the Great Shift to be a thing.
We have a brown shift that's occurred. Can you speak about that a little bit more? What do you see in this brown shift?
Bro, that's so funny, fam. Actually, a good question, too. But, bro, quite frankly, legit, brown people used to get bare hate. This is no glaze, you know. Obviously, JJ is my older brother, fam. But I genuinely believe this guy made a shift in the universe for brown people, bro.
Like, what the fuck, dude? Have some self-love.
Yo, you see girls sprinting after JJ, fam. Like, yo, the brown shift is a real thing. I'm telling y'all.
Like, does that video not just make every single Indian person look corny as shit? Does that not make a bad image for... That is my whole point, pretty much, you know? Every single guy who makes videos like this, corny. Corny, weird, regressive, setting Indians back centuries. That's what you're fucking doing. But, yeah, guys, I think that's gonna be the video. Moral of the story, have some self-confidence. Be confident in who you are as a person. You know, you only have one life, you only have one body, you might as well just love it. You might as well just make them, because, like, what else? What the fuck else are you gonna do, you know what I'm saying? Don't be, like fucking counting on other people like City Boy JJ to make a shift for you. No, I don't care if you're Indian, brown, Muslim, whatever, fucking black, white, yellow, Mexican, pink, doesn't fucking matter. You can be great. You can be, I don't even know, like, what, it doesn't matter. There's no discriminate, like, fucking just love yourself. Love yourself. Don't take what people say on the internet too fucking seriously. Don't care what other people think and do what makes you happy. So, yeah, that's gonna be the video, guys. If you liked it, subscribe. If you didn't, fuck you. What are you doing watching this far into the video anyway? And yeah, that's pretty much gonna be it. Join the Discord, follow all my links down below, and yeah, love you all. Peace out. Bye.